Jim Frost here, and in IWC First, we're going to have a little post-match commentary here today on the Wrestlennuim 5 main event between Crazy Pete and our former champion, now C4. So introducing first is Guy Hewitson. How's it going today?
I'm doing pretty good, Jim. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. And then what's really exciting about all this, it's a first and a biggie. In the middle of us today is our new IWC champion, Crazy Pete.
How are you fellas doing?
You sound to be in a chipper mood.
Well, I am. And why not? I am the new heavyweight champion of the IWC, and this is a first, only for entertainment purposes.
Only. Me and Guy are very excited to get your thoughts on this, what many are calling, infamous contest. So here we go.
That's a hell of a word to use.
And all right, so we're just gonna. There you are.
There he is.
I gotta say, I like your whole getup here, Pete. I think you did a good job. You took the moment into account.
Hey, it's Wrestlennuim. You gotta do something special. I mean, look at the serious look on this guy's face. Wouldn't you be intimidated?
I mean, now what's going through your head right here? Are you nervous? Are you ready? You're the entertainment, for Pete's sake. What's going on here?
I'll be honest. You know me. I'm much of a showman, but I put a lot of that in my back pocket for this matchup. It was the main event of Wrestlennuim 5. I was gonna do whatever I had to do to take the belt back for the fourth time.
Put it all in your backpack, so to say. I mean, now, and C4 was on a roll coming into this year. He had beaten you in a tag team match the Friday before Wrestlennuim, and then the Saturday his team had beaten you in a tag team match. Did any of that come into play while getting ready for this match at Wrestlennuim against C4? Is that in the back of your mind, those two losses?
No, not at all. If anything, I'm not a tag wrestler, and that was part of it.
Okay. I'm always curious about this. Me being a guy who's never wrestled before. You're in the main event of Wrestlennuim. You're standing in the ring. You're waiting for your opponent to come out. I know you just said that you're focused and you're ready, but while you're waiting for C4 out here, and there he is.
Oh, the human paintball himself.
Now, what are your thoughts looking at this man right now? I mean, what's going through your head?
Like I said, I was really trying to keep a serious mindset. When he came out looking like he got in a fight with Pablo Picasso himself, I almost lost my cool.
Well, now, but you do have to say, C4 has a very good record in high-pressure situations. There had to be a little bit of doubt in your mind, maybe that you bit off more than you could chew?
Listen, Guy, you're talking to the entertainment here. There's never any doubt.
Okay, are you even slightly intimidated? I gotta tell you, I would be a little flustered right now looking at this guy.
Let's go over some of his stats. I mean, look, this guy's got the record for most consecutive meals eaten. I don't think he skipped a meal a day in his life. I mean, look, he's focused. He's focusing on face paint here. Why isn't he focusing on me? Look at him. The guy can't figure out where he's at. He's got paint up his nose. I don't know. I almost wish he was here to ask him what he was thinking on such a terrible showing from one competitor.
So what you're saying here is that this probably had the opposite effect. Did this almost ease your nerves?
He seemed more nervous than I did. Let's face it. I mean, I'm cool under pressure. I've been here before. I was going to take this title back over for the fourth time. C4 was really trying not to lose it for the first time.
Right. Now, at this point, Pete, the crowd is clearly not on your side. They're firmly behind C4 here today. Did that affect you at all? And then you maybe can't hopefully be able to get a view on this. C4 is giving you the business right now.
Well, I was gonna say, I'm surprised the fisticuffs didn't start a little early when he got this close to you.
Well, you see, a lot of guys they stay with the eye contact. I'm a guy that tries to get in your head. If you notice, I don't make eye contact with him once. Like I said, I'm trying to get in his mind. He's over here yelling and screaming, and I'd never seen this side of C4 before. So, I will admit a little bit. I was like, where's this guy coming from with all this? I mean, he's trying something new today, but I don't know if today is the first time to try something new against the entertainment. Right. Let's face it.
Well, I would say one thing, Pete, and I gotta be unbiased here, but I think I gotta say you clearly were in the man's head. You worked him up into a frenzy, and maybe that wasn't the best place for C4 to be. And also, he was in a frenzy, but at the same time, I think you clearly had him a little shaken here as he came out like a bat out of hell, but then the bell rings and he's not necessarily coming right at you.
No, and the fans don't like this guy. Let's face it, they might not like me, but come on. He didn't have any fan back up there.
There's a
small contingent.
C4 had his support that day.
Oh, well, I didn't hear it. Maybe
Now-
you guys did.
now
Maybe
I-
I have biased ears.
That's very possible. Now let's focus in on the wrestling here. The bell is rung. It's official. You're now a Wrestlennuim main eventer. I mean, what's your thoughts in the early going here? Is this a feeling out process? Are you surprised he came out so strong and started so slow?
Like I said, he really threw me off. He started yelling and screaming. I was prepared in the corner over there to step to the side and drop toe hold him into the ladder, but he didn't come flying out. He circled around. I mean, he was going through a lot of emotions all at once, and I'm just sitting here cool, calm, and collected. I mean, look, I do what I do.
Yeah, no,
I'm not the fanciest guy when it comes to this stuff in the beginning. I just like holding you down and here I am talking shit to him.
Yeah, no, I can see that there. I mean, now at this point, you know, it's the Wrestlennuim 5 main event. I mean, clearly at this point it's much back and forth. At this point, not nervous, but are you thinking, you know, is this the match? Are we gonna have a ground and pound type of match? Are you prepared for anything at this point?
Oh yeah, and as you see, as the match rolls on, I was more than prepared. It's tactics, not technique.
That's me. Okay.
He's a slippery fella.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm. Look, you're not. I know you don't want to give the guy any credit or anything, but he's one of the best in-ring wrestlers we have in the IWC. There had to be some doubt going through your you had to know there was a chance you weren't walking away with this one.
I had the insurance. I had it all locked up. I know you're trying to break me here, Hewitson, and I like that effort, but you're not going to hear that out of me. I knew it.
Yeah, but that clothesline had to rattle you, right? I mean, that was just a big time clothesline there, and now he's working you over. I mean, I'm not in any way, shape, or form, champ, trying to say that you were at any point nervous or rattled.
Yeah, well, at least at this point, when he's got you by the head and he's using his body weight throwing you around, you know you're in a bad spot.
Ugh.
Yeah, well, there's signs of aggression. As you see here, I'm starting to get aggravated, and I start slapping the mat a little bit, but, you know...
Referee Master Splinter on the call.
I don't think
no
wrestlers ever lost to this.
That is a quality referee. I don't mean to interrupt you there, Pete. That is a quality referee there.
Oh, he worked out well for me.
I mean, he takes. We'll get to that a little later on. He takes a pounding in this one as well.
Yes, he does. No one walked away unscathed in this battle.
Absolutely not. Now, I mean, that's something I think we're going to get to in a minute. There's rumors of C4 maybe getting a little beat down in this one, and by beat down I mean injured. I mean, we will probably talk about it more when we get there, but I mean, do you think that played a factor in your ultimate victory, Pete, or were you just the better man?
I think one way or the other he was going to get hurt in this match.
Now at this point, it seems like it's just a feeling out process. Am I wrong again? I've never competed myself. I don't know.
Look, I put myself in the mindset that he's going to have to come after me because I'm not going to be the one to make a mistake here in this one. So I'm trying to hold him down. I mean, look, he chain-wise, he might be a step ahead of me. But look, you know, whenever want to match chaining.
You were willing to play this game, is what you're saying.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not tapping out right here. He's feeling me out, like you said. If anything, he could have been doing a lot more to work me down. Look, I'm trying to get my footing back here. That's basically it.
Right. And I mean, I think you had to know going in there were going to be moments when he would overpower you.
Oh, yeah, look at him.
Yeah.
The center of gravity is, amazing.
I mean, and at this point, I mean, you look a little frustrated, but he's probably also, I mean, my partner Chuck Walters would know better than I do because of his amateur wrestling days. C4 also has to be thinking at this point, I can't keep this guy, I mean, it's early on, but it already seems like I'm going out of my way to really have to put the kicks to him there.
Yeah, he's flip-flopping around. He doesn't have any game plan. I'm not sure what he was coming in thinking.
And again, I'm sure it's coming up pretty shortly here, but at the moment where he does get injured, a lot of that could probably be attributed to the fact that he was going so hard and putting so much into it. You were in his head.
I don't know. Look at the guy. He's a slob. Does he stretch? I mean, let's face it. It was Wrestlennuim 5, and all he's worried about is painting his goddamn face.
Oh, big time shoulder tackle. How'd that feel, Pete, there? I mean,
that one rocked me a little. Whatever.
You see, you might be out on your feet. Oh, big time strikes. I mean, I think I got. I mean, I think we're gonna, when this injury, if it does happen, you probably will know better than a mere guy as to when it happened specifically.
Look at that. See, that's my game plan. I'm waiting for him to make a mistake, and boy, does he make a load of them.
That was.
Well, no, I mean,
Quick to my feet.
Oh, man.
I let him come back over.
Well, I think.
Look at that.
Are you still a little?
well, that's dirty tactics. Those
guy. I mean, now at that.
Call it what you will, guy.
you can't rake a man's eyes.
Well,
that's
where's the
dirty.
referee? He's not disqualifying me.
Master Splinter is trying to walk. He can't. It's the Wrestlennuim main event. He's
I
trying
had
to.
a fistful of schnoz right there. That's entertaining.
I gotta give you credit there, Pete. I mean, you knew what was within the boundaries that Master Splinter would allow.
What's wrong with him? Why is he on this bed? He's you know.
You raked his
C4
eyes.
was never Speedy Gonzalez, but on this very day, he was moving at that of a tortoise's pace.
Well, at least at this point, he's probably can't see. That might have something.
Here's where I break the vertebrae in him. I think
and
it
that's
is.
where.
Now, is that it? Is that the moment?
I'm from what Master Splinter told me after the match. That was the moment.
There's an audible gasp there.
Yes, you can.
I mean,
There is. You're right.
If you can hear it now, actually, him sighing.
yeah. I mean, at this point, you really probably wanna. I think. I mean, go in for the kill at this point. And it looks like. I mean, at this point, though, you might not necessarily know in there that his back is in the rough shape that ultimately it was, right?
No,
because Master Splinter's not telling you, hey, Pete, he's hurt.
Look, I'm trying to work the arm. He gives me his back like an idiot, so I put him in this sleeper.
This could have done it right here.
An entertaining sleeper, if you will. I mean, watch this.
I mean, this is better than
I sensed something
a lot
was
of Liam
wrong.
Neeson movies.
Hey, look, if your back's broke, either give up or keep wrestling. That's what I say.
I was gonna. At that point, when I witnessed that, I realized then by the erratic behavior of the referee, and I've never seen quite a headlock perform like that. I figured there was something wrong with C4, and you were taking up on that advantage.
Yeah, look, I mean, the referee keeps asking him if he's going to be able to... Look at him. This man suffered no big maneuvers yet, and believe me, I'm a man of big maneuvers.
Now, do you regret not pouncing here? I think a fan is about to... Yep. I mean... In a different circumstance, like, if that fan doesn't distract you, you may have been able to win this match 13 minutes sooner than you did. I mean, unfortunately, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from you as a competitor. That fan got under your skin.
The guy got stuck in his chair there. I'm not sure what happened.
Did that affect you? Do you think that maybe you could have had an even easier day? That, like, this guy was clearly hurt.
It's hard to answer that question. I can't exactly go back to my mindset at the time. I did jump over there like a madman and get that ref, but hey, that's what the entertainment's all about.
Sweet cream on a hot fudge sundae.
Indeed, that's still got to be hurting you.
Oh my God, you must have felt that one for the next several mornings.
And that's where you can't lie. At that point, the playbook went out the window. You're just hanging on for survival now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, at this point also, again, you didn't know C4 maybe was a little injured, but at this point, you got to be thinking the man's a Bill of perfect health, or a Chris of perfect health, as it may be, because clearly, look at that guy jump over the tape, because clearly, he's about to do something none of us have ever seen before, and a guy with an injured back could not be doing something like this.
And I will admit a little questionable tactics by the referee.
Oh.
Man, what a back elbow delivered there. That's again. Right, as soon as you make your way back up to your feet, you are drilled right back down to
People
the floor.
wonder why I hate the referees. Do you see that? Do you see that? What's going on there? I mean, what did he trip into the barrel? What is this, a handicap match?
Wow.
Master Splinter, I think, is very unbiased. I think he gave both of you a lot of leeway here. But again, at this point, you can't be thinking that C4 is hurt. Master Splinter knew.
I don't know if you're. Are
I'm
you
trying to make
thinking,
sure I'm not hurt at this point.
Are you thinking at this point? I think you're in La La Land. I would be.
Once I stood up and realized my back wasn't hurt, I said, "All right, I got to pick this up now."
But ultimately,
And here we go.
Big time Samoan drop. But then again,
C4 offense. We know what he's trying to set you up for here, but you can see he's clearly not able to capitalize.
But none of this you never caught wind of that, right, Pete? I mean, you didn't. I mean, I don't think you favor the back at any point in terms of working down C4. You did not know the man was somewhat injured, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I mean,
like I said, there was a point where I heard him breathing heavy. I thought maybe he needed an inhaler or some oxygen. He's a little fat. It was about 98 degrees out there. I mean, might have had some paint up his nose, something like that. Like I said, I've had a constant problem with the referees here in the IWC. I'm not always paying attention to what's going on. I had a fan up in my face. Look at this.
But upon viewing this for the first time right now, you can tell there is something wrong with C4. Look at the way he's moving.
He got that shit all
What, do you guys want me to make excuses for him? Then he should have, he should have had I don't know what he should have had. If he gives up, he gives me the belt. I mean, listen, any competitor's going to try to keep
you're
going.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I
don't know. Is he moving that much slower than usual? You tell me.
I guess my ultimate question is, and then we can drop it unless it comes up as a pivotal point. Ultimately, if you had known C4's back was in the rough shape it was, do you think you could have put him away even sooner? Do you think you think you could have had him instead of going 17 minutes, you could have beat him in 10?
Well, look at him. He can't even capitalize after a huge maneuver such as that. He's trying to compose himself.
He's worse for wear. You can see now he's favoring that back. Yeah, you
What do you guys want from me? We're backyard wrestlers. You got to keep it on the move.
I'm not blaming.
Yeah.
Now what I want from you there is probably not to do that again.
Look. Now, I mean, poor Master Splinter. I mean, I know he's not your favorite guy in the world, but I mean, jeez, he could have died.
And I know in the heat of the moment things happen, but wouldn't it made more sense to blind C4?
Oh, I tried, but he scooped me up, so I had to blind the referee. That's smart thinking. I don't care what you two tell me about that. That's smart thinking.
Now, were you worried that, I mean, that was going to be a disqualification once Master Splinter composed himself?
Fans tries to come in for an autograph.
I'll tell you right now.
Thank God Scott Hall wasn't there. That guy would be dead.
Really?
I figured there was no way the Splinter was going to disqualify me for that the main event of Wrestlennuim 5. I mean, you got to let some things teeter.
What was that?
He already let me rake the eyes.
Well, this match has been highly questionable all the way around at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Master Splinter's
look at here. What's wrong with him?
Now,
you could clearly see he couldn't put all of it behind him.
No, I mean, I think, thank God, the sheer girth of C4 was what was able to take you down there. The girth.
You know, well, he's always been very girthy.
Had I not just taken an F5, I really should have tried to reverse that maneuver there.
Well, that was my point only. I mean, obviously it kept you alive in the match, and the ends justify the means.
Look what he's worried about. He's over there trying to worry about Splinter. Focus on your opponent.
There has to be a ref to make a pin.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's good friends with Master Splinter.
I don't know if that's the case. I just think he needs a ref to count the pin.
Have you ever seen a man fall out so flat? Look at this. Picture perfect pig.
As a matter of fact, you're pretty lucky right here that he did wake Master Splinter up.
That could have been it. That could have been it.
That could have been it.
That was a slow count from Splinter.
Now, at this point, I mean, again, I know that you said in the early goings you're not too worried. At this point, you just hit him with some one of the best kick combos these eyes have ever seen. You must have thought that was going to do it.
Yeah. I mean, here I make a mistake.
You ran right into that one.
Luckily, my back was not blown out.
No.
I mean, that would have totally ruined my
That's right around the same spot where C4 blew his up.
This is what I consider the turning point of the match.
Poor Master
Splinter got folded up like an accordion.
I like to ask Master Splinter what he was feeling at this point. You guys are asking me what's going through my mind. What's going through
will come out tomorrow, but Master Splinter's back will never be the same.
Look, here's where it comes into play.
Now, I mean...
Now, what?
Now, were those just so happened to be under there? I mean, that cameraman's... I mean,
you planted those.
You had to have planted those, Pete, right?
I'm a maniacal genius. Of course I planted those.
And here, and just listen to the noises he's making here. The man is clearly hurt.
He's crying like a girl.
Well, that's.
How does he?
You know what? You were shitting yourself here. You can't lie.
I mean, the ass to mouth has put away.
You are extremely lucky that Master Splinter happens to be the toughest referee in the history of referees and is already making his way back up to the feet.
Thank God he saw that.
You could have got a taste of your own medicine.
Now
there.
C4. I mean, this is you know, Pete. I don't like what you did.
What? I just Superman punched him.
That's damn near criminal.
But at the same time, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new IWC World Champion.
I can't condone this. I don't know.
The escapades of entertainment have only just begun, as far as I'm concerned.
I'll be the first to admit that might not have been one of my most entertaining matches. But goddamn, who cares? The results show. I'm the new champ.
I guess I'll give you credit in the sense that you brought a backup wrench.
What backup wrench? I didn't see another backup wrench. There was no wrench there.
That was a wrench in your hand when you punched him in the end.
No, that was a Superman punch. I don't know what you're talking about, Ewittson.
Maybe
he suffered the fate of many.
That Superman punch is dastardly. I gotta say, C4 maybe should have been...
Okay, good-looking son of a gun.
Now, are you contemplating life there? Now, people are calling this one of the most impressive things you've ever done.
I told you. I'm just thinking about my victory blunt at this point.
Open up the curtain for yourself with the belt. C4, a broken man.
He's down. He may never be the same.
I mean, we might not see him for several weeks.
And wouldn't that be a plus?